I got this year's Comics Curing Cancer art book.
That's nice.
With the Hulk. I don't see your copy. Where's your copy?
It's in the mail.
I think you're a liar.
Is that going up on your wall?
What, on this wall here? Well,
wow. Must not care that much. Wow. He's hosting Jimmy Kimmel next week. Diego Luna.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't even know that that's a thing he would be interested in.
Well, he did the Nicolas Cage movie. Wasn't that him?
Dude, that's Pedro Pascal.
I get him messed up.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wait, that's Pedro Pascal.
You're canceled. What, do they all look alike to you? Wow. You owe everyone an apology.
Come get it.
I've been having issues. Your video is soft for some reason.
Your video is soft.
I don't know why, but it's soft.
What does that mean?
Take your hat off so I can focus just on your face. I'm not getting a sharp focus on you.
Fuck you.
You better start taking those blue pills.
Am I disintegrating?
You're just phasing out. Like
am I a ghost?
But I can still fucking see you.
I'll haunt the shit out of you.
The Unchosen Ones.
Is that a fitted hat?
Yeah, all my hats are fitted.
Oh, it doesn't have the band in the back?
No.
Well, why is that a bad question?
Oh, am I an asshole?
1/4.
I
don't like the fitted hat. I don't like the fitted
7
hat.
1/4.
7 1/4. Sounds small. You know what
that's my dick.
That's why you're dumb.
They're more expensive.
You have a small head.
The fitteds are more expensive.
Yeah, they're always more expensive.
Yeah,
but
because they're better.
But you can't wear a fitted hat backwards.
Sure you can.
Nah,
I do all the time.
Doesn't look right.
What do you mean doesn't look right?
You look like a penis.
Anyone ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?
Yeah.
People do all the time. First of all, you can't wear a backwards hat at any time.
Why not?
Because you're not allowed to.
I prefer the backwards hat with the sizable strap.
No one does that anymore.
What do you mean no one does that anymore?
That's like an old person thing.
Well,
yeah, well, you don't have to advertise it.
It's more comfortable. It looks weird when it's all closed in the front.
Depends on the person.
I don't think we're the right complexion to get away with it.
You're not the right complexion.
Finally.
I can pull off a backwards hat.
You can do it? Let's see right now.
No. That's paid content.
That's for the Patreon. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You don't just get backwards hat stuff.
No, that should be paid content. That's behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And no hat? Well, you better shell out the money. You want no hat?
No hat.
Bucks.
No Hat Dave. A full episode of No Hat Dave. That means we'd have to do 2 shows. One with the hat and one without. I can't just erase it
What
and
if
post.
people are going to pay?
To see No Hat Dave?
Could you just no hat me for...
Maybe AI.
You could do it.
Maybe AI
sure
could do
you could do it.
Yeah. AI could probably figure it out.
It's all snakes and shit up there. That's why I wear the hat.
You're a Greek god villain under that hat?
Yeah. Think this is for nothing?
I don't know if I've shared this with you. But yeah.
Probably not.
Hey, exciting for you. This is our mid-season finale. We'll be back. Don't worry. We'll be back in time for Superman.
Yeah.
We might even have a live show.
A very special episode.
A very special episode of. I hope Mr. Drummond isn't too hard on us. We're going to have, we might even try to do a live reaction show from after seeing Superman.
In the middle of the theater.
Right in the theater. We'll set it all up. Hope it doesn't bother anybody. But yeah, we'll be back. Couple of weeks. Don't cry too much without us. I wish they would stop with the Superman trailers, dude. It's just too... I tried to not watch that last one.
You can't.
But I can't because it just pops on somewhere, either on TV or on, you're scrolling through. So I saw a little of it.
What'd you think?
Oh, the heat vision thing.
How cool is that?
That was cool.
Spinning around.
Yeah, that was cool.
Are those just human beings that he's
I don't know.
flying?
I tried not to look because it's too much. Why? I don't.
They're called Raptors.
What is?
They're Lex's guys they're called Raptors.
Oh, the people he was. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think they have to do that because I blame the fans for too many trailers.
Yeah. But look at the hype it's getting.
Yeah,
it's really
good.
hype.
It's good, but it's the fact that you have to do that to get people
That's what
interested.
you're in now.
You know?
Yeah.
Because if you don't show like every little
No,
bit, then
yeah.
people don't get excited.
When we were kids, it was just, there's going to be a Superman movie.
Yeah,
that
that's
was it.
Yeah,
I'm
they
in.
had like one trailer, two at the most. Two at the most.
Yeah,
You got
but
two
it
trailers.
was
That
a
was
tiny-
a big. That was a
yeah.
big deal. You got two trailers.
But the trailers were like small.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
now-
saw the emblem and
right.
a little bit of
yeah, now they literally play like minutes of the film in the trailers.
You've
now.
seen a good 10 minutes of it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's what
I
you're
don't
in.
like that.
Shut off your phone.
It's impossible. I do like Rachel Brosnahan. Brosnan.
Yeah.
I like Brosnahan because it's sounding out. I like to sound out all the letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brosnahan.
I mean, it's wrong.
Rachel Brosnan. Yeah. I like her. Did you see the Marie Claire? Because you're into all that Us Weekly shit. You see the the newest issue of Marie Claire? You must have seen it.
I haven't.
It's right up your
Isn't
wheelhouse.
that makeup or
That's in your
something?
wheelhouse.
That's a magazine?
Yeah, Marie Claire.
Read Marie Claire?
Sure you do.
I think I am.
She's even decked out in the animated series Purple.
Mm.
You know, she's been wearing the purple a lot.
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah. They have the title on the cover there, Superwoman. Now, that's probably just, an editor, copy editor with like a cool title.
Yeah.
But she becomes Superwoman in the comics
Yeah.
in a lot of iterations. Yeah, well, in All-Star Superman, which is the most influential story that James Gunn said is making this. She's becomes Superwoman in that book.
Yeah. I mean, they have a Superwoman already. They're making a movie.
Supergirl they have. They don't have Superwoman.
Oh, so
See, this is why you're an asshole.
What kind of costume does she get? Does she look like Supergirl?
Yeah, you've never seen the Superwoman
No.
costume? There's a couple of stories of her being Superwoman.
They're not doing that.
She could become Superwoman.
Maybe down the road. But I don't
Yeah,
think
well,
that's-
down the road. Maybe James Gunn tipped off this copy editor at Marie Claire.
I'm sure.
In my world,
I'm sure.
that's happening.
You keep waiting for that.
He has James Gunn has a direct line to Marie Claire.
Maybe he's banging Marie Claire. Is Marie Claire a woman? Probably not. Not anymore.
You're not allowed to ask that. Okay?
No, that's age. You can ask anything else.
Pretty sure there are more things than age now that you can't ask.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're in big trouble
Oh, no.
back in the market. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
You're in big trouble out there. This has probably bothered you that Gunn conferred with your mortal enemy.
It doesn't mean he listened. He just conferred with him.
Well, he wanted his advice.
Why would you want his advice on anything Superman?
He wanted to pick his brain.
He probably wanted to, whatever he said, he was going to do the opposite. That's what he did.
Snyder said that he tried a billion different versions, but couldn't, quote unquote, get there.
It just didn't look good when he snapped the neck in trunks. That's probably what it was.
Now you cannot criticize the suit that Snyder put together. It's the best Superman suit.
I don't like the suit. he put
Oh,
together.
you're ridiculous.
It's too alien looking.
He's an alien.
I know, but he's not supposed to look like that.
Yes, it is. It's
No, it's
supposed
not.
to. It was a nice
Does it
touch.
look like that in the comics ever?
The texture you can't see in the but that was a nice texture to put it like that with how it looked alien.
I didn't like the suit. It was too dark.
You
and I
like
didn't-
the suit.
No, I didn't.
You like it right now. Come
how
on,
it
no,
works.
that S is the best S that they've
The
ever
S was
done.
fine. I did not like the suit. I did not like the texture or the color of that suit.
Justice League was a good suit.
He brightened it up. I like that he brightened it
well,
up.
he didn't brighten it up.
Right. Well,
Josh
brightened
Whedon
it up.
brightened it up. Yeah.
But I still didn't like the texture of it. I don't like that scaly look. This is my opinion. This is a way better suit for me. Way better.
It's not way better.
It's way better.
It's not.
It's more comic accurate.
It's not more comic accurate.
Sure it is.
It's just brighter.
And it's also more comic accurate.
No, because it's got a bunch of.
He's got the trunks.
It's comic accurate because it took bits and pieces from lots of suits and put them together.
Okay. It looks more like a comic book suit than Snyder's did.
I mean, I love the cape. Cape
And
is
the cape
amazing.
is fantastic.
Snyder should have put the yellow S on the back of his.
You couldn't.
Superman.
Everything was dark as shit. You couldn't put a yellow S on
Couldn't
there.
see it?
You wouldn't be able to see
Maybe it was there.
Yeah, maybe it's there. Who would see anything? Goddamn see anything in that movie. Turn the lights on. Jesus Christ.
I do not like this whole I made a weaker Superman thing that he's been talking about.
Yeah, I know.
You knew that was going to make me
but
upset.
let that play out. I'm telling you, let that play out.
No, you're right. You're right. It should play out.
Maybe he's a weaker right now.
Well,
Doesn't
we
mean he
went
stays
over that.
weaker.
He's only been Superman for a little while,
Right, so
apparently. Right. So he doesn't know his limits. And that tracks in Superman.
Sure.
He doesn't know what he can do. He doesn't know how much he can take. He doesn't know how much he can dish out.
Right.
You know, he's very careful.
Sure.
He doesn't want to kill anybody. You know, so that could all play out. Yeah. But I really just hope, like, if he's on his back getting beat up.
Did you see that laser scene?
Yeah, that was
pretty
cool. That was cool.
And punching the teeth out on that guy?
Yeah, that was
pretty cool.
That was a little Snyderish.
He said that's why you should watch it in 3D because that like those scenes.
The teeth come fly at you.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah. No, we already have our tickets.
Yeah.
They already got us. They already got us. I'm going to buy the popcorn
we could
bucket.
Return it.
I'm all in. Yeah, I'm all in. But I just really hope there's not a lot of nerfing. Like if he gets beat up as much as he did in Superman and Lois. You know, that show where he got beat up every week. I mean, and he got beat. The thing about that show is he got beat. Not only did he get beat up every week, he got beat up by low-level villains. It was ridiculous.
I hate that suit too. It's like it looks like a turtle. Suit? It looks like a shell though. Like he didn't even fit in it.
What?
Yeah, it looks like it's like shelled on. Like it's like a.
No, that was a pretty decent suit.
No, I didn't like that suit.
Best TV suit. You got to give it best TV suit.
That's not a high bar.
Well, but it's still the bar.
Yeah,
best TV suit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you.
Actually, you know what?
Superman and Lois?
Nay. The best TV suit was Brandon Routh's Kingdom Come suit.
Yeah.
That was badass.
Suit. That's a different suit.
Yeah, but if you're just saying what TV suit is the best Superman suit, I think it's that one. That was a badass suit. I really hope James Gunn gives Brandon Routh another shot at Superman in an Elseworlds tale, whether it be Red Sun or Kingdom Come. That would be amazing if he got another shot. Continue on that Christopher Reeve storyline somewhere.
Did just every Superman in a movie.
Well, you could do that. Yeah.
That'd be a little much.
Not for me. Never enough.
You'd have to, how do you get that story
Let's
to work?
go. Let's go right now. Let's write it.
Like an Invincible.
Yeah, right. And
Superman.
Superman War.
Yeah.
Right.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be super interesting.
Lex gets all the Supermen to work for him.
Right. And Brandon Routh's Superman has to kill them all. Zack Snyder directs.
Well, yeah, I guess then you have to.
Yeah, and it's all part of, and it's going to be part of the Invincible movie, but he goes into a world where it's all Supermen. This is genius.
What's going on? Well, you got to get Christopher Nolan to direct now. 'Cause now it's a movie inside a movie.
And we got to get Denzel Washington's son in this as well somewhere.
And we have to make it so that it's completely not understandable in any way, shape, or form.
I still don't understand Tenet.
I'm done with Tenet.
I'm going to try it again. Yeah. I'm going to try it one more time. Tenet. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna take a lot of edibles, and I'm thinking maybe like you stare at those. Remember the old things in the '90s where you stared at the painting, and eventually you'd see a picture.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if I'm high enough, if I watch that movie, it'll be crystal clear.
Well, you'll think it is at least.
Right.
It won't be.
It doesn't matter. If I think it is, even better.
Gunn also mentioned about the Batman. He's not looking to make it a fun, campy Batman.
Yeah, I always knew he wasn't going that route. I think he's going the animated series route, which is the smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's going, I think James Gunn's Batman is going to be the guy, because he said he needs a reason for this Batman to exist separate from what the Matt Reeves Batman is. Right. And this Batman has to have a different reason for existing. I think his reason is he's the check on all these superpowered assholes. You know,
right, that's what he always has been.
That's what he's been. Yeah, that's what he's been in the Justice League era. He's the check on all these assholes. Right. So he has all their weaknesses. You know, he's got them all lined up. You know, in case of emergency, call Batman, and he'll take care of them. I think that's his. You know, the Watchtower. Right. That's where he fits into all this. You know, this fantastical world.
Well, you could fit Failsafe in if you do that.
Oh,
that could be
so good. Yeah,
that could be the Justice League. You know, bad guy.
Well, I also think that's why they're doing Clayface in the DCU and not Matt Reeves' Batman, because Clayface is too fantastical. Yeah. You know, he fits into this DCU world more than he does Matt Reeves' grounded Batman. Yeah. So that's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to the Clayface because they said they're taking a lot of inspiration from that very famous episode in the animated series, which is I think that episode was one of the first 5 or 10 episodes of the first season, and that's the version they're doing. And yet still, even after The Penguin, which was, a bunch of people who asked for this and it was phenomenal and everyone loved it, no one learns a thing. No one learns a thing. Who asked for this? Well, me.
When did we like start to who cares who asked? Why would you ask for it?
No one
who
ever
cares what
asks
you ask for.
There's no suggestion box
Like,
for Hollywood. They make shit.
It's not your place to ask for it.
No.
You see what they make for you. Who asked? Like, are you part of the industry? No. Who cares what you asked for, what you want? You get what you get and like it or don't.
So we told my daughter when she was little, you get what you get and you don't get upset.
That's the problem with these kids today. You got all these choices. You don't get choices.
Too many choices.
Yeah, this is what you have.
Right.
Go watch Clayface or don't watch anything.
We had Billy Zane's The Phantom and we got excited.
And we loved it. And it was horrible. And we loved it because it's what we had.
So excited for The Phantom. We saw Darkman in the theater.
That was a great, horrible movie.
Great horrible movie. Great
and
horrible
Darkman
movie.
2.
Did we see Darkman 2?
Sure. I think that was on HBO.
I think that went right to
went
HBO.
right to HBO.
Yeah. That was Liam Neeson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Speaking of Liam Neeson, did you see the new Naked Gun trailer?
Yeah.
McFarlane it's seamless what he's doing, because it picks up right where the Zucker brothers left off. Same time, he knows that world.
Yeah, same type of humor.
And I love how Liam Neeson is bringing in like his intensity, but because from all his movies, he can kill you with his pinky, right? But he's bringing that into Frank Drebin, so it's a little different than Leslie Nielsen, who you never took seriously that he could hurt you.
Right.
Whereas with Liam Neeson, like this guy could kill me, but he's being funny about it.
Well, it's the character he played in Ted. It's that same kind of thing.
Yeah. When he tried to buy what was it, Lucky Charms?
Are these just for kids?
No, it's Tricks.
Oh, Tricks, right?
Yeah. These just for kids. Yeah.
So I won't be harmed if I leave with this.
Such a great scene. Yeah, like I bet you after that scene, McFarlane was like, I want to do a whole movie of
probably.
this.
Could have been.
Yeah, we got to do a whole movie of Liam Neeson playing this kind of character. Right. Looks great. I'm so glad that genre is coming back and Spaceballs coming back at the same time.
That's the kind of humor everyone's waiting for.
I think so. Well, you know what? I think this generation doesn't really know from that. Like that kind of ended, when it fizzled out with the Wayans brothers because they played it to death and they did a great job, but it played itself out.
But also, like, isn't it like you stepped over that line? Because no one had stepped over that line before with that kind of comedy. Right. So you did it, and then, like, you just keep doing it. Like, once you step over that line, it kind of loses its luster.
Well, yeah, because it got played out. They did it over and over and over and over again. So it had to go away for a while. Right. Now, I think a new generation is going to experience this kind of comedy unless they've watched the old movies on cable or YouTube or things like that. Yeah. They've never really gone to the movies and seen these kind of over the top raunchy parodies, right? And the funny thing is about Spaceballs, I didn't realize that the original was only rated PG.
I don't know how that happens.
I mean, they dropped one F-bomb at the end,
right?
When the self-destruct button was out of order,
right? And they say asshole.
Yeah. Oh, and there was sexual stuff in there. How did that not get PG-13? Especially with it being after Temple of Doom, which started it all.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Someone was asleep at the wheel. I think someone got paid off. I think maybe Mel Brooks paid,
free some palms.
I don't know how the original Spaceballs is PG, but this one's definitely going to be PG-13. Has to be.
It has to be. Yeah.
Right. And I love that this is quintessential Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is at the helm of this because Bill Pullman's son, Louis Pullman, is going to be, his character name is going to be Starburst. That is the most Mel Brooksy name of any character that he's ever done. I mean, of course, that's Mel Brooks. Right, yeah. Starburst. Fantastic. You had Pizza the Hut. Remember that in the first one? It's going to be good, and I don't want to hear anything. It's going to be good.
Well, this is what people wanted. This is what they're asking for.
Yeah.
But when it comes out and it's making fun of the people who asked for it, then what happens?
You know what my most requested thing in the Spaceballs is? Now, everyone remembers the VHS scene, right? When they went to the video and played the movie in the movie and started fast forwarding around. They ended on the now.
Right.
I want there to be, maybe Yogurt will bring it up because Mel Brooks said they said he's going to be in it as Yogurt. So maybe at some point the characters will be in trouble. They won't know what to do. Right. And maybe someone will suggest maybe Yogurt says, let's go to the comments. Yeah. Let's check out the comments.
Look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, let's look up. Maybe someone in the comments can help us. And they log on, and the comments are heinous. Like, end this film now. Can't believe Josh Gad is in this. Like, use the real actors' names. This is woke. And just tear into the fans. I really want to see that.
Well, they already did a little of it with the teaser.
Oh, that was great.
We heard what you asked for.
After 40 years, we asked, what do the fans want? But instead, we're making this movie.
Again, quintessential Mel Brooks.
Right out of the box. You think they're going to call it The Search for Money?
You would like that.
Yeah.
You would like that, but
they haven't had a title yet.
I mean, I guess all of the older fans will get it. It really won't play marketing wise. I don't know if it'll play marketing wise because you have to get the reference.
Yeah.
Not something Mel Brooks would care about. Yeah, it may not make any sense for the plot of the film, though.
Does anything make what makes sense in those movies?
I'm very worried about the plot.
Yeah. Does anything make sense?
They'll probably just end up calling it Spaceballs 2. Maybe it won't have a subtitle. I've seen comments that say if it's not called Search for More Money, I'm not seeing it.
That's what I'm saying. Like the hardcore fans are going to want.
Yeah, they want that, right?
Yeah.
He said we're making this movie instead.
Yeah. Whatever he does will be good.
It doesn't matter.
He doesn't matter
as long as he's involved.
Yeah.
As long as he's involved,
you better get going with this. I mean, he looks great.
He's so morbid.
I'm just saying.
He's outlived everybody.
I know, but let's get it going.
Are they in pre-production? Like, do they have a script? They have to have.
They have to have a script,
right?
I don't know.
You think maybe not, because I don't think they had much of a script when they did Young Frankenstein. He's famously said they barely had any script. I think for that.
I bet you he's always like rewriting. Like probably in the middle of a movie, they're rewriting stuff.
Yeah, probably
as it's going.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a great team of writers.
Yeah, they're probably quick.
I would like to see Larry David show up somehow.
I'd like to see Ryan Reynolds in a Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah, he'd be good.
He's got that kind of sense of humor.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he'd be good. The cameos in this should be a plentiful. Yeah. You know why? Because this is the kind of movie that people will want to be a part of.
Oh yeah, who doesn't want to work with Mel
They'll
Brooks?
work for scale. Like this is the kind of movie you can get big stars and they'll just work for whatever or just to be in it. Yeah. Because they've always wanted to work with Mel Brooks. Right. So I think we're going to get a whole lot of cameos. I hope we get as many of the old actors as well. From like I hope we get
whoever's left.
Yeah, well, I think most of them are around. Like, is Colonel Sanders still around? Who played Colonel Sanders?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, Daphne Zuniga, she's still around, right? Joan Rivers is gone.
Candy's gone.
Dick
Van Patten's gone.
Yeah, Dick Van Patten's gone.
Jesus. It's turning into a morbid segment. This is like one of those award things at the end. Where they go, in memoriam.
I wouldn't put it past him to do that in the movie. Yeah. George Weiner, who played Colonel Sanders, is still around. Born in 1945. Now that should be easy because we're on a 5. Right. So we're in 25 right now. Quick. Come on.
55 to 2000. And then another 25.
Why, you made it difficult.
60. He's 90 years old.
Wrong. 80.
Agree to disagree.
So the X-Men movie has a director, Jake Schreider, the guy who did Thunderbolts.
It's been rumored for a while.
Yeah.
Since Thunderbolts.
I'm really happy that he got it because his work on Thunderbolts with an ensemble cast like that and, taking it, X-Men has some, deep, serious topics.
Yeah. Magneto is.
Yeah. I mean, I think he'll handle it really well because he was able to bring that drama out of the Thunderbolts, and I think he'll do a great job with X-Men. So I'm really happy that he got it because I think that's the direction to go with that. I hope that they don't. I hope they don't do with X-Men with what they did with Brave New World with Captain America, because with Captain America, they tried to please everyone, right? And I still enjoy the movie, but it's like they tried to take the politics out of it as much as they could so that they didn't offend anybody. But what they ended up doing was kind of making it a little vanilla, They took away the teeth of it. So you're always going to piss off someone because there's just no making everyone happy.
Well, stay with what the comic books do.
Right.
which is go political.
Very
exactly. Political.
Yeah, and
towards a certain
X-Men
way.
is very political.
And towards a certain way, too.
Right.
There's no denying where it's going.
Don't take the teeth out of X-Men just because you're afraid you're going to get a bunch of woke comments, right? Don't do that because then you're really going to piss off the faithful. You're going to make, because that's what I saw with a lot of the Brave New World comments. Like, why didn't they bring up this and that going on in the world? You know, because you can't win.
You're going to piss off certain people anyway, no matter what you do.
Right.
So piss them off.
Right. So, you know, like
double down.
Like Fassbender said in Inglourious Bastards.
Well, if this is it, old boy, I hope you don't mind if I go out speaking to kings.
So you might as well go full throttle. Do X-Men the way X-Men's supposed to be. Don't worry about what people are going to say. You gotta treat it right.
Right.
And I think this guy has the chutzpah to do that. I don't think he's going to pull any punches. I think he's going to go full X-Men unless they try to mess with him and try to curb it a little bit.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what he does with Magneto too.
Yes.
What is he going to do with Magneto?
Will. Yeah, I don't know. Are they going to update it or are they going to keep him?
How do you not update it?
How is he going to be very old? He's going to be very old. If they don't update
so then you have to make that his power somehow, that he lives longer?
Yeah, something about the magnetic field makes you live longer.
His cells grow.
Right, but you also have to match him up with Professor X. So he can't be ancient either.
Well, how do you work that?
I mean, the guy's going to be, let's do the math on that. So right now we're in 2012. Well, yeah, MCU is matched up now. We caught up to them, right?
So, yeah.
So we're all in like 2020.
Right.
This will come out in 2027, 8, something like that. So if you're a boy in 1940-ish,
later
around
than that,
area,
though,
right? That's 80 years right there. Then add on like the adolescence, you're 90 years old.
I mean,
you got to either put it in a different time, a different universe, like they did with Fantastic Four.
Right.
That you can do that.
You can't move World War II up.
No, you can't change where World War II happened. That would be bold. That World War II happened in the 60s instead of.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Or you go Denzel.
Yeah, or
you go Denzel. You go.
Or you change it up.
Right.
Yeah. Or you could do because that gives you 20 more years.
Right.
25. You could give it 25 more years.
Fine. That's doable.
Right. So then that puts Magneto in his 60s instead of his 80s and 90s.
Fine. That's much better.
Yeah.
And you go civil rights.
And you go civil rights.
They hate it.
Well, it's still the same point would get across. Right. Magneto knew what it was to have his people enslaved.
Right.
You know, to have his people eliminated.
Persecuted.
Yeah, you would keep that if you moved it to the civil rights era.
It's the closest thing to it.
Right. But as a Jewish person, Jake Schreider might want to keep him.
That's the interesting thing.
Because that's a connection.
Right.
Like, I don't know if I was directing an X-Men movie, I would be hard for me to change it.
If you could get Denzel though, if they said you have Denzel.
Right. Yeah. You're turning him down.
Like if it's not Denzel, then maybe it's a discussion, but you're getting Denzel as Magneto in your movie.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing it.
Oscar.
Yeah. I'm doing it.
You want to see the first Oscar for
I'm doing it.
A Marvel movie?
Just to see him put on the helmet, I'm doing it. Be great to see him give a speech.
No helmet. It's just Denzel.
No costume.
No, just regular clothes. Just taking out the MCU.
He's in the leather jacket from Training Day. It's
fine.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
The hype around this Mortal Kombat 2 is just off the chart.
I hated the first one.
The first one,
other than that first scene.
I mean, all they have to do to surpass the first one is actually have Mortal Kombat.
Turn on the camera.
So it's a low bar. But the reports are people are cheering like it's Endgame, like the fatalities are off the chart. So this has got to be rated R, right? 100%.
I think so.
Yeah. So they are saying that people are jumping up, cheering, and it's got this excitement around it. They got Carl Urban to play Johnny Cage. Yeah. That's cool. That's going to be weird. Because Johnny Cage is a guy that Butcher would slap around, like get very annoying to him.
Yeah.
But he does a good American accent, though, Carl Urban.
Sure.
Yeah,
he was a good actor.
Yeah, remember he was Bones in Star Trek. And you never, like, I don't even put that next to his other characters. It's so different.
Yeah, you forget that.
You forget that, right? Because he's a good actor. Yeah. Right. So it's going to be really interesting just on the hype alone. I think that this is going to get people to go out to the theater. It doesn't have to do much to be the best Mortal Kombat movie ever made.
I don't trust people, though. And their reactions.
Yeah, maybe this is all hype.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to work though.
Is it just gore? Is it just gory?
It's going to work. People are going to go watch this.
Sure.
And if they are doing the real video game violence in this, like those gruesome fatalities, that's all people will need. Have you seen the original lately?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't hold up.
No, it's horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, those video
it's
games.
comically bad in a lot of parts.
Those first round of video game movies were horrible.
The only thing that holds up is that Katana was as hot as you remember. That's the only thing that holds up in that movie.
You remember the Mario Brothers movie? That first movie with John Leguizamo.
Yeah, that's bad. What were other video game movies that they did back then?
I think they did a Double Dragon movie.
Did they do Double Dragon?
Think they did something.
Was that Van Damme?
Well, they did Street Fighter with Van Damme.
Oh, that was horrible.
That was better than probably. Was that better than Mortal Kombat?
No, Mortal Kombat was better.
Yeah.
Street Fighter was really, really bad. Like you couldn't. Like I've watched Mortal Kombat again. If Street Fighter is on, I go past it. It's not a good movie.
They're talking about doing a Zelda movie.
You have to watch it in 16 parts. You have to keep coming back to the theater every week to see the next part of the movie. And then before you go out, you have to push the reset button and hold it in for at least 5 seconds before you take the cartridge out.
That was such a good game, though.
That was
game.
oh my God, the first I think it's
one.
the first video game with the memory card in it, right? And you had to make sure, oh man, it was like defusing a bomb, taking that game out of the system.
It was gold.
Oh, yeah, it was gold.
Oh, yeah.
And you prayed every time you took it out that it saved it.
You could spend hours roaming around in that game and not get anything done. You remember that?
Easily. Yeah, because you're burning every bush.
Right.
Is this a passageway?
Nope.
You're burning the forest down, basically. Just trying to find a stairwell somewhere. You could spend the entire day just trying to burn the forest. There were a couple of times, I think, where like a friend over or something like that, they didn't do it right. Like they did. They just pulled it out. Like, and we lost like that whole day. The worst.
Never seen that friend again.
Was not invited over anymore. I saw a new trailer for...
I can't even post them. It gets taken down. Right. I get flagged.
Yeah, the new Toxic Avenger film. It says not rated. How do they get away with that? Doesn't every film have to be rated to be in the theater?
Not yet rated?
Not rated yet. Yeah. Right. But it's like they're putting out like that version is not rated and that's what you're going to see. I don't think you can do that.
They can't do that.
Unless they put it right to VOD.
What's NC-17?
Yeah, that's like the old X.
Right.
Yeah.
But nothing's NC-17 anymore,
no,
right?
No, I don't think so.
Not in the theater.
No.
Because they want to make money.
Remember on HBO or Cinemax when something would come on and that when you'd get very excited?
NC-17.
NC-17.
Here we go. Everyone asleep. And no bars? I don't even have to watch through bars? Crisp.
That crisp cable. No scrambled. You don't have to wait for something to pop in for a little while. Like, I think they see a boob there. But that looks that looks like they went full throttle on that, man.
Yeah, that looks.
I can't even believe they got the people they got into. They got Dinklage. They got Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon doesn't.
I know, but he does weird. He'll do weird stuff.
He does do weird stuff, but he doesn't need to do that. Like Peter Dinklage doesn't need to. Does he need to do Toxic
He's another
Avenger?
one who does weird movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that movie has a high budget. There's no way they're getting paid a lot of money for this.
Kevin Bacon's got to be the high budget on that.
No,
movie.
I bet you Dinklage has the.
More than Bacon?
Yeah.
Footloose.
It's current time. Peter Dinklage is the bigger star right now.
Wow.
Than Kevin Bacon, I think. I've already seen. Some of the people are like, why didn't they get a full-size person to play Toxic? Dude, be thankful that Peter Dinklage said yes, and that this is even being made. If you're a fan of this,
who says that?
Who says that? What is the damage? What is happening?
I don't know. You have to be miserable.
You have to be a miserable person.
Putting other people down constantly to make yourself feel better. It's a real low person.
I mean, first of all, you could watch Dinklage read the phone book. He's a phenomenal actor.
It's Toxic Avenger.
Right.
I don't care what they get.
There's no holds barred, right? No. You could do anything. And they got someone of his status, his caliber, to play Toxic Avenger.
I had someone when I first posted it and asked me in the comments, is she supposed to be that size? Supposed to be. What? Supposed to be? Is this canon?
Right. I mean, the whole point of Toxic Avenger was he's a little nebbish nerd, you know, and he couldn't defend himself or anything. Like, what better way that, you know, that someone like Dinklage now gets superpowers and goes around just wiping people out with a toxic mop.
He's got a broom full of acid.
Oh, so great. It's great. That is a movie I would like to take at least 3 gummies and go watch in the theater.
I don't know. That might be dangerous. Like, freak out, run out of the theater.
I actually think I want to see that in the theater. I don't want to wait for that to be on streaming.
I bet you it does well.
Yeah, maybe it will.
Especially for the budget.
Yeah.
It definitely makes its money back.
I hope it does. I hope it does do well. So that'll entice them to do more things like that and take chances. Yeah, because the thing is, if you don't go see this stuff, they don't take chances.
Like Toxic Avenger 2?
Right. Well, you know, it's stuff like niche IPs like that.
You think they build out the whole trauma world?
Yeah, I don't even know what else
is on there.
Is
there are other comics.
There's other stuff in there. Yeah, well, it depends on how well this does. You know how Hollywood is, man. Well, that did well. What else is just like that? And let's make it.
Well, I hope Disney doesn't buy it and ruin it.
Woke Avenger.
Mickey Mouse as the Toxic Avenger.
So I do have a book to show you this week, actually.
Excited.
Well, it's for a good cause.
Still don't care.
You're going to eat those words now. Now you're a monster.
Now?
I got this year's Comics Curing Cancer art book. How cool is that cover?
That's nice.
With the Hulk. That is badass.
They do one a year?
They do, yeah. They've been doing one every year. It's an amazing cause. Go to comicscuringcancer.bigcartel.com. And there's a couple of other books on there for sale now as well. But I got this one right away as soon as it dropped because it's loved how cool it was. Inside is a bunch of different, it's just all art.
Oh,
it's not a story. No, it's not a story. It's just all great art by a whole bunch of different artists that donated their time. Cool. Very, very cool.
All the proceeds go
to the American Cancer Society. Oh. Yeah. See? Now don't you feel like a dick?
Nope.
This is what you need to talk about in therapy. And very cool with the only color being the purple ribbon, you know, for cancer awareness.
That fits the character too, though.
Yeah, perfect, pants, right? Because of the purple pants, right? Yeah, it's very, very, very cool. David Sanchez did this cover. Such a kick-ass version of Hulk. There's a couple of really cool images in here with Superman, Optimus Prime, Juggernaut, all a bunch of cool stuff in there. So just, you know, if you're going to donate money, you might as well get a cool ass comic out of it. Right? It's a good reason to go and help someone, help people, do something with your life that's worthy.
You're getting a little
little what? Uppity?
Uppity.
No, it's a really, really cool. Go to the website, buy the book, buy a few. I don't see your copy. Where's your copy?
It's in the mail.
I think you're a liar.
Is that going up on your wall?
What, on this wall here? Well,
wow. Must not care that much.
There's no more
That's
money.
Been comic time.
No more money goes to the cause if I put it up on the wall.
People are going to see it and then they'll want to donate.
I'm showing it now.
Oh, but just one time. Wow.
I'm going to put it up on the wall for spite. It's going to be a spite wall book. They also just put up a pre-sale for The Crow, Dead Time #1, which is a big time collectibles Comic Curing Cancer Heroes Con exclusive. So check that one out as well.
How much are they?
Looks really cool. This one was $25. The Crow is it doesn't matter. You just go and you give the money and you get the book.
I need to know how much to get. I got to move some things around.
Pay your bookies later.
I got a checking and a savings, and I got to move some stuff around. That's when you know you're in trouble. You got to move stuff around for a comic book.
Listen, I'm not liquid right now. Got to find out.
Can you if you send that to CGC and they give you anything less than a 10? Are they horrible monsters?
Yeah, that's right. These should be automatic 9/8 just for the cause, right? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Good segue. Speaking of CGC.
Oh.
Stepped in it now, buddy. I got a news topic.
No.
PSA put out the labels that they are going with for their new comic.
It's not the ones we saw?
It's not the ones we saw, and somehow they made it worse.
Is it just a blank thing?
So the ones that they originally came out with, the mock-up, they looked exactly like their cards.
Yeah.
Right. And you had said that you actually liked it. Right. Because it's very simple and very kind of data.
Yeah, pharmaceutical.
Very, very Dewey Decimal System looking, right? So I thought that would entice some people. So you really just focus on the comic. My opinion is that that comics are different than cards, and you need to complement the art, just like you put a piece of art in a nice frame.
And then I said that
complements.
You shouldn't compliment art. The art is the thing. You shouldn't take away from.
But you don't put like a great piece of art in a shit frame.
No, but
right?
You shouldn't notice the frame.
Well, you don't. It's a balance. It's a balance. I think this one kind of was too dull. But now we have this garbage. That looks like someone printed it on a dot matrix printer in a garage somewhere.
That looks like a Fisher-Price My First comic book label.
How did it get worse?
Yeah, it got worse.
That's bad, man.
The red. I don't like red on anything, really.
I don't like the red. Well, there's going to be different colors.
Okay.
The 10s were gold. And
Well,
so, but
cool.
it doesn't. But the look at the number.
What's wrong with the number?
What kind of font is that? Papyrus?
Does that matter? The font of the number?
Yeah, it's so dull. It looks so low rent.
What if they did like Roman numerals? That would be cool.
You have to decipher what the. Wait a minute. Is the V plus 5 or what is the?
Is this a 10 or a 33? No idea.
What a great idea. Roman numerals. That's fantastic. That's like if the Onion started a grading company.
Well, are they international?
That was a good line. You didn't think that was funny?
I wasn't listening. Are they international?
Let's do that again. That's like if the Onion did a grading company.
Are they international? Oh, shit. I did it again, didn't I?
Can't believe you didn't like that line. That was a good line.
Great line. But also, are they international?
Yeah, you can send in books from anywhere.
So, but do they send them back in like the number of the language you speak?
No, you get no.
It's always American numbers?
Yes. They don't have. They'll take in books from anywhere, but their headquarters are here.
Right.
Yeah. So everything gets graded, and they don't send it out in different languages.
Oh, goddamn right.
Comic book grading is not a big deal outside of this country.
You don't think in like Asia it's a big deal?
No, the manga is the big thing over there. They love the. I think CBCS, which should be called Beckett Comics, as we've said repeatedly, they are grading manga now. They do manga grading.
So it's still in.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a big deal over there. Yeah. I don't know if they care about that over there. They care more about actually reading the stories.
They're a little bit more
but
civilized.
they are collectible. No, they are collectible. If you have certain issues in good grades, they do sell for a lot of money still.
Do they do cons over there?
Yes, but it's more focused on the dressing up and all that stuff. It's not really about seeking out that key issue. Yeah, it's a little. They have a different motivations over there, but they do have major big anime cons.
It's more
over there,
pure.
Huge.
It's more pure
It's a little more pure. Yeah.
Everything gets tainted here.
Right. So back to the grading. This looks like crap. This is not good. I'm sure it'll have its fans, but I think if they wanted to do that PSA, quintessential PSA look, they should have stayed with how their cards look. I think it was actually better with the mock-up than going to whoever the hell came up with this.
Someone's getting fired.
We'll see. This is what they're going with. The mock-up showed that the case borders were frosted, and I'm not sure if that's still the case now with this new one, because it's hard to see whether or not it still has a frosted border, which I thought was a cool feature.
I don't hate the label. Close up, I don't hate it.
Oh, now you're changing your mind?
Yeah, close up, it looks a little better.
Dude, it looks like nothing.
That's cool. I like the PSA. Yeah, I like that.
You like it.
No, I think I like it close up. It looks better. It was too far away. I don't see so good anymore. It's just basic, simple. It doesn't take away from the comic book. I don't care. I don't hate it. Like, it doesn't bother me.
It looks like a first-year graphic designer made this, man.
Yeah, I don't think it should be too elaborate.
Okay, there's too elaborate, and then there's
I think this is perfect. It's very simple. I think it should be simple.
Like you.
Yes.
Simple Dave.
Again, you keep doing these like it's supposed to be an insult, but it's not. It should be simple. Everything should be simple and orderly. And routine.
It really all depends on what the market says. Because if they start putting out a bunch of 10.0s, if they don't grade as harshly as CGC does, and the most books out there in the market on CGC are 9.8, and then PSA starts flooding the market with 10s, people might want I'd rather have that book in a 10 and pay the same amount for a 9.8.
Well, that's taken my idea away. The only 10s. Oh, just 10s.
No, you can't be only 10s.
Why? Who wouldn't want only 10s? Guaranteed 10? Where you said in your book?
Then they're worthless.
Yeah, but eventually, yes. But you get that little, that window.
So you're
get in, get out.
So you're doing the boiler room version of comic grading.
It's more of a pyramid scheme, to be honest.
Now, I've been, suppressing the headline here because everyone's wondering, did Jay get the Suprman figure?
I've gotten so many calls and emails and texts from you.
I had to switch to a new email. I had to get a Proton mail and hide my identity.
Well, you have a Yahoo. No one knows what you.
No, I have a Hotmail.
You have a Hotmail. No one can contact you.
So the answer is yes, I did.
Wow. Drum roll.
Behold, I got it. And I did not pay the $100. Remember I said I was going to get a good deal? I got a good deal.
Sucker.
Who, me?
No, the guy.
Probably me.
Yeah, well, everybody.
Everybody involved is a sucker.
There's no winners in this.
$60. $60. And look at great condition. Look, it says Target $2.99.
Take that off.
No, that's staying. I'm keeping the price tag on.
Really?
Yeah, nostalgia. I like that. Yeah, I like the original price tag on there. I could take it off. I could get it off without any damage.
Could you?
I have the talent.
Let's see.
I have that skill. Yes, I do.
How long?
How long what?
Under how many minutes?
What am I, on a game show?
Let's play a game. A really bad Saw movie.
Would you like to play a game? Oh, okay. Take the price tag off this collectible figure in under 2 minutes. Okay.
If you don't, it'll be deeply devalued. What? What happened to Jigsaw?
I think that scene's in the new Naked Gun movie. But yeah, this is. I've always wanted this. I never had this one. We never had this.
Really?
No, we always had we had the superpowers ones, but we never had the DC comic superhero one because we had I think I had 3 or 4 of the superpowers ones because people kept giving them to me as gifts. So I was like, why am I going to buy
that?
Yeah, I kept getting them. So I was like, why am I going to get another one of these? It's the same model and everything, just for the kryptonite ring. But then I always regretted it because I thought that was a cool feature. Now I have the Trinity. I think you should be a little more excited than that. Okay. Behold.
The Holy Trinity?
Behold. Well, maybe. The new Pope might like it. Robin. Okay. We start with the lowest.
It's not part of the Trinity. Wonder Woman's part of the Trinity.
No, I understand, but this is
it's a makeshift Trinity.
Yeah, it's what matches my light switch on the wall there.
The light switch Trinity.
The light switch Trinity. That's a patent pending on that. Robin, right? Yeah. Batman, yes. 89 Batman, very cool. And Superman. Now I'm going to now I have to get really good hooks. Oh. Yeah, the hook is now
you never find the right hook.
The eternal search for the right hook. I don't want to just put them on push pins or anything like that. I want to get something that looks like something like from the store.
It'd be cool, a hook that at the end of it has their logo on it. Their symbol.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Do they have that? Can you make that?
You could probably something on Etsy.
You have a printer?
Yeah, I could actually. You know what?
3D printer.
I could 3D print that. Yes, you're right. And then just put some adhesive on the back. Ooh, project. You've given me a lot to think about. All right, so that wasn't such a bad comic time, right?
Not so fast.
What are you talking about?
I have something.
Oh, this doesn't sound set up at all.
Marvel Comics is going to finish the old Spider-Man cartoon.
The 94. The 94 cartoon.
With a comic book series.
Nice. That is pretty cool. That's a good way to capitalize on the X-Men 97 stuff, because everyone's been wanting them to continue the old 90s Spider-Man cartoon. I think I have to go back, but I think it ended in some Madam Web.
It fell into a time portal or something.
And I think Madam Web was involved. I remember it getting crazy there.
And I think Venom was involved too.
Was he involved? I know
so.
Venom and Carnage were a big part of that cartoon.
I think he was in it.
They threw everything into that cartoon. I'm sure that I think the Punisher was in that. Everyone was in that cartoon. But I got to go back and watch the last few episodes so I can get caught up on that. But really good idea to do that with all the nostalgia that X-Men 97 drummed up. Hopefully they can bring the cartoon back as well.
Doesn't this mean that they're not bringing the cartoon back if they're doing this?
Well, I guess if they finish it completely. Yeah. But maybe they could continue after that and start something new. Or, but maybe they've topped out on Spider-Man cartoon with My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is fantastic. It is fantastic. Yeah. So maybe they don't want to step on the toes of that. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, probably too much. That would be too much to do that. Too stupid idea. Why'd you even bring that up? I don't know why you brought that up.
So stupid.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as a stupid does.
I'm so excited for this non-existent future that the Knicks now have.
I mean... I really, really convinced myself that they had a plan. Yeah, I really did.
Well, you wanted him fired,
not with an abyss as the alternative. I can't believe they fired him with no plan.
They're asking coaches who have jobs. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Hey, you want to be coach of the Knicks?
I think they're asking people on the street now. Hey, man.
Wow. I mean, why am I surprised? That's just perfect Nick fashion. Yeah. To have zero plan. Fire the guy that got you to the Eastern Conference Finals with no plan.
To do it right away like that, you would think, well, I mean, they have something happening.
That's what I thought.
If you just did it like that right away, you have a plan. No. There's no plan.
Wow, that's flabbergasting that there's no plan.
Yeah, that's just pure stupidity.
That's really bad. I mean, can you go back to him and just say,
sorry?
Hey, sorry.
Yeah, you've had to double the paycheck. You kidding me?
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Just kidding.
Maybe they could do like Costanza in reverse. Like, they instead of coming back to work after you quit, just pretend you didn't fire him and call him up and say, hey, Tibbs, what's going on, man?
Practice
started. Why aren't you here?
Trying to Jedi mind trick him into it.
You fired me?
What?
You thought that was serious?
Why would we do that?
The reverse Costanza. Yeah.
It might work.
It might work.
It's a better plan than what they got.
I think they should try it. I think they should try it and see where it goes. But just what? I mean, come on, man. I thought they had Jason Kidd lined up. I thought they had Giannis coming.
He's got a job.
I thought all this stuff was going down.
Jason Kidd has a job already. They won't even let him speak to him. Why would they?
Why would you? Would you? Hey, can we talk to your coach and maybe take him? No. I heard they got hung up on. I heard that there were offices that literally hung up on them.
That's insane.
That's insane. Hanging up on the New York Knicks. Just like they're some D League team.
They are. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently, right?
We were so close to being legitimate again.
I bet you the players are pissed.
Oh yeah, they liked him. I mean,
I did hear they're trying to get DiVincenzo back.
Okay, what is? Is he going to coach?
Player coach. That's happening.
I mean, who cares? Oh, he's the piece. No.
Yeah, but we missed him though. We had no shooting.
Where you're starting him?
Yes.
Over who?
Bridges.
Yeah, but he started to come around towards the end. He's the reason they won some of those games with his defense.
He disappeared too much.
You're not starting DiVincenzo over him. You gave up a shit ton of draft picks for him.
I don't know. You need him back on the team because you need that shooting. They missed him terribly.
I think Bridges wasn't vibing well in Thibodeau's offense.
Well, I'd like them both there. I'd actually like them both there and have two really good shooters on the team. Yeah. Why do you only need one? You need two.
You can trade a coach.
We don't have a coach to trade.
I know. I'm saying they could have at least traded the guy. Why just fire him? Trade him.
Trade Thibodeau
for something. Get something for them.
I think they like the nothing. I think that's what they're aiming
fun.
for. Yeah, it's fun to have nothing and have nowhere to go and no direction. Remember the band One Direction? This is no direction. The Lakers just sold for $10 billion. I wonder what the Knicks value is now after
it's still
this
pretty high.
debacle. It's still high,
Yeah,
right?
it is, yeah.
Just because of the market.
It's New York. It's Madison
New York,
Square
right?
Garden.
So if the Lakers are $10 billion, right?
Before taxes.
Right. Before
What are the taxes on that?
$9 billion. Still leaves you with the billions.
Yeah.
But if the Lakers are worth $10 billion, like one of the premier sports franchises in the world,
Right.
absolutely.
Sure.
If that gets sold for $10 billion, what are the New York Yankees worth?
What are the Dodgers worth?
What are the Dodgers? I say the Yankees have to be the highest baseball.
Dodgers are getting close.
What about merchandising?
Yeah, Dodgers
What's
sell a lot of merchandising too, though.
The most famous and most bought baseball cap in the world. It's not a US brand.
No.
The Yankees are a worldwide brand.
Sure.
Right? What are rappers going to wear without the Yankee hat? Right? That is the most recognizable sports symbol on the planet, that interlocking NY. So you get that comes along with it when you buy the franchise.
Sure.
If the Yankees got put up on auction, I say it surpasses that $10 billion.
At least
easily.
11.
I say it goes beyond that. So maybe like we could become like how much are you in for a minority share? If the Yankees go up on eBay or something like that.
You heard of George Washington? I got a couple of them. He's got some friends with him. Not too many though. Couple friends.
Might throw in a little Abraham Lincoln action in there. If you're
lucky.
if you play your cards right. Can you imagine getting that check or that transfer?
The zeros? Does it come in one of those big stupid checks, those big funny ones?
The game show
That's
check.
how it should come.
Do you imagine like just refreshing your bank account app?
Jesus.
Refresh. Oh, $10 billion. You had $6 in there. Now it says $10 billion and $6.
Can you imagine?
That's crazy.
It doesn't just go to one person.
No, there's
the whole
it's got to
family,
be
the whole
multiple.
Bus
Well,
family.
the buyer is Mark Walter.
Yeah.
And he's the owner of the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, is that the richest man in the world now?
And he owns other things too. He owns a bunch of other sports teams.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Otani's going to play basketball now too. Throw him out there for what he's getting paid. You better
Watch him be good at it. Watch him be good.
Hey, we're paying you $1 billion. You're on the Lakers now too. Yeah. In the summer, you're on the Lakers.
That inbound pass is going to be wicked hot.
Oh, so LeBron's unconscious. Congratulations to Jomboy for
Love Jomboy.
Yeah, he made a deal with the MLB.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, strategic planning partnership.
That's awesome. I like when people who have like original or are talented,
Yeah.
and they get their opportunity to sell out.
Yeah.
That's what we'd like.
Oh.
Although I don't know if we qualify for the talented part.
But we'll still sell out.
Well, so yeah, yeah, good for him, man. That's awesome because he really is. Yeah. He is hilarious, and it was an original thing he did, and it caught on. And he's the best at it.
Right.
No one read lips. I don't know. How did he learn that? Did he learn to read lips?
I guess if you watch it enough times and slow it down,
yes,
you can kind of.
It's great. He's so great at it. And those videos are just so hilarious. He brings it. He really brings a lot to baseball.
Yeah.
Like he makes baseball more fun.
Sure.
Yeah. And baseball, like he was able to see like what are the things in baseball that separate it from the other sports, and it is all that talking, and the verbiage they use, like the term horse shit. That term doesn't exist anywhere outside of Major League Baseball now, but it is used in abundance, especially by the managers. Any call that they don't like is quote unquote horse shit. 100 right away. It's horse shit. I love that term. And he does a great job at exemplifying the nuances of baseball.
He says that they're not going to interfere with anything he's doing.
You'd have to be an idiot to try and interfere with what he's doing.
They always try to do something.
I know. Just give him more money to do what he's already doing and enhance
and more
what
access.
He's doing. Right. Yeah. More access. Yeah. So that's really cool. So what did he sell? He gave MLB now owns a part of Jomboy Media. Is that what happened?
I mean, it says MLB is purchasing a stake in Jomboy Media.
Right.
Undisclosed valuation.
Oh, okay. So we don't know if he's still the majority shareholder or not, or how that works.
The Jomboy Media set revenue profitability records, totaled over 93 million engagements on social media. Top 4% of all digital publishers.
That's amazing. Good for him.
I mean,
that is awesome.
Brand partnerships with MLB, Corona, and T-Mobile.
Excellent. That's awesome.
I mean,
that's really good.
He's swimming in it, as they say now.
He seems like a good guy too. I don't know.
Maybe, you never know.
You never know. But he seems like
could
a good
guy.
guy.
As long as no one finds out about it.
Right. And he's a Yankee fan too.
Well, yeah. He interviews Boone a lot.
Right. Yeah. My favorite part of those videos is actually when he pans into the crowd and he picks apart what the fans are doing and saying. Like, look at this guy. He's really excited.
I could see him like on the broadcast, maybe like cutting in. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Some kind of like Manning
some
casting.
Especially if the game's like a blowout.
I would watch the game with him for sure.
Do like live lip reading?
Right, just him watching the game like at his home or something. You know?
Yeah, he could do play. Yeah, the color,
like
the color man. Yeah,
like
he could do like the color
commentary.
Color commentary, right.
I'd watch that.
Yeah,
maybe that would get kids to watch.
Yeah, anything to get the youth to watch the game. Actually, it would be amazing. Kudos to baseball though for realizing that.
Finally doing something.
Yeah,
new
well,
age.
not finally. They've been on the up. You keep, I don't like what you're saying every week. You keep bagging on baseball, and they're doing all the right things.
I want to see a glow ball. I want the ball to be on fire.
This is not Fox in the 90s with the glow puck. Okay.
I want that back.
Yeah, the glow puck.
The glow puck back. I like the glow puck.
Glow puck was horrible.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't work. It got annoying very quickly, especially with the streaks.
It stopped glowing when it went like past people.
Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work all the time. No, they do baseball. Baseball is on an upward trajectory. They're doing all the right things right now. I really like the direction they're going. These images that are coming out for the Masters of the Universe movie, I have a mixed emotion about it because on one side, I really don't understand why they're rehashing that He-Man on Earth thing that they already did with the Dolph Lundgren movie.
Yeah.
Like no one wants that, but obviously he's going to be on Earth with the way he's dressed and the way they're running down the street. And apparently they need to go to Earth for some reason. Like no one wants that. No one wants that to do that again.
Nobody asked for that.
It's just, they did that already. We'd like to see him on Eternia and just keep it in that world, but for some reason they need to connect it to we don't know the story.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good reason. Maybe it's a good reason why they're doing it. But on the other side, these images coming out of the sword and how the gauntlets look and the silhouette with the sword holstered on his back, that it's looking really, really cool. Like I couldn't ask for the sword to look any better or any more accurate.
I'd like to see what Skeletor looks like.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's waiting to see what they're going to do with Skeletor.
Horrible. That'd be great. It's just horrible, like a clown, like a dollar store clown costume.
They spent all the money on the sword, and that's it. I am excited for it, but you just don't know what the story's going to be yet. So you just gotta wait. You gotta wait. Don't get too upset. Don't get too excited.
You're gonna hate what I'm about to say to you. But I've never been a big He-Man fan.
Really? You never been a big He-Man fan?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't watch the cartoons?
The old school cartoons I used to watch. I was just never a big, I didn't care for them really much.
We had all the toys.
Yeah.
All the toys.
I think I like the toys better than the actual.
Well, the cartoon only existed to sell toys. Literally, the cartoon was a commercial for the toys. Yeah. The Tila outfit didn't look too hot at first glance. But, it's a production still, so you really shouldn't criticize it from that too much. I want to see what the Sorceress looks like. Jared Leto, Skeletor, Idris Elba, Man at Arms. That's going to be badass. That's going to be really cool.
Unless it's a horrible story.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Which
it's
it
like,
could be.
Why are they on Earth? Maybe it's only like a little prologue, a little thing in the beginning where they have to be on Earth, and then the rest of it's on Eternia.
Maybe he has to get something from Earth.
Well, I think it looks like Prince Adam is on Earth for some reason.
Right. Maybe he's got to get something, or
no. I think maybe he's there because he doesn't even know he's an Eternian. That's what I'm getting from it, just from what I'm surmising.
Oh, they have to get him.
Like he doesn't know who he is, and Tila or somebody sent there to get him. to bring him back to Eternia because they need him.
They sent him away to be safe?
Maybe.
From Skeletor?
Yeah, maybe as a baby. They sent him away, kind of like a Superman tale. Yeah. I'm totally making that up. I don't know if that's true.
That's probably close.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they have to go to Earth because like the sword got sent there for some reason. The sword had to get sent away, so Skeletor didn't get it. How about that?
Yeah.
And so they have to go to Earth to retrieve the sword of power.
Maybe he has to get the Infinity Stones? Just totally rip off Marvel.
Just throw that in there. I mean, they got a lot of, on IMDb, they got a lot of, Trapjaw, they got Ram Man, they got Triclops, Goat Man. I mean, all these Eternia, they can't all be on Earth.
But I hope it's not a half an hour of like, ooh, He-Man discovers food. You know what I mean? Like that nonsense. Is this what's a sandwich? Like, is it going to be an hour?
Ice cream is delicious.
Yeah, I hope it's that.
No, I hope not. I hope they're only on Earth for a very small amount of time.
I hope it's Encino Man with a sword.
That's the name of the movie. That's the working title.
Encino Man's not a bad movie.
Love Encino Man.
So
don't ever dare say a bad thing about Encino Man.
That's how they probably pitched it.
Okay, so I'm gonna be that guy that Jim Gaffigan talked about in one of his famous bits.
You ever rent a movie that was released a while ago and you enjoy it, but there's kind of that awkwardness because you can't talk about it with anyone? You're like, hey, I just saw Heat. Heat, I saw that 6 years ago. I want to talk about it now. No, loser.
So I just finished, on your recommendation, I just finished Narcos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every season.
All regular and Mexican.
Oh, can't say that.
Here's going to be my hot
point
take.
At me.
You know what my hot take is?
That it's great.
Mexico is better than the original Narcos.
Oof.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's not crazy.
It's a hot take.
I don't think the story's better, but maybe the actual production is better.
Yes. The artistry on how they produce those episodes is much more like Breaking Bad style because they always began it with like, who is this character? What are we doing? What is going on here? And then it tied in later. Yeah. They did that in Narcos Mexico as well. I loved that. It was great. And the way they shot it, they had much more like crane shots and just the whole thing was way more artistic.
I think there was more money in it.
Maybe there was more money in it. Yeah, it was, I think the acting was better. Not that anything in original Narcos was bad.
Great, yeah.
Everything was great in that too. But I think Narcos Mexico, I couldn't wait to play the next one. Whereas with Narcos regular,
Again, not cool.
Regular Narcos, I was like, okay, I could stop here, or I could watch the next one tomorrow. See, Narcos Mexico, I'm up like, okay, I got to go to bed.
I was the other way with it.
Really?
Yeah. Mexico, I was like, I could wait.
Well, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. It's okay to
How could I be wrong when I told you to watch it?
Yeah, but you didn't surmise it correctly.
Everyone, I think, would agree that the first season
No, you didn't analyze it correctly. Narcos Mexico is better than Narcos.
I think you don't like Pedro Pascal is what it is.
No, I love Pedro Pascal. How dare you?
That's not what I heard.
How dare you?
That's not what people are saying.
But Diego Luna was better.
Because you like Andor.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
You're an Andor stan.
Is that a country?
Andor stan, probably.
It only made Diego Luna, it only showed his acting range was even better than I thought. Because, wow, I didn't see a trace of Andor, in that character. It was a totally different guy.
Side story, he's hosting Jimmy Kimmel next week, all week. Diego Luna.
Is he really?
Yeah, which I was surprised he was going to do that.
Wow, I didn't even know that that's a thing he would be interested in.
I think he would be. Well, he did the Nicolas Cage movie. Wasn't that him?
Dude, that's Pedro Pascal.
Oh,
you are.
I get him messed up.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wait, that's Pedro Pascal.
You're canceled.
He's in everything.
You are immediately canceled.
I can't even say
what do they all look alike to you? They all sound alike to you?
Who?
Them?
They're not even the same. They're from different places.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You think they're from the same place.
So you're getting them confused and they're not even the same nationality. Wow. You owe everyone an apology.
Come get it.
So Pedro Pascal is hosting.
No, Diego Luna is hosting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Diego Luna is hosting.
He's the one hosting.
Oh, so why just bring up Pedro Pascal?
No, I thought Diego Luna was the one in the Nicolas Cage movie.
No, that's Pedro Pascal.
That's Pedro Pascal.
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that like he would do like a I've seen him at some of like the Star Wars celebrations. He's really good with the crowd.
Does he have comedy chops?
I've seen him tell a couple of really funny stories, but dude, Narcos Mexico, even the DEA agent was more compelling. You know, Breslin?
Yeah.
He was a damaged guy, you know, whereas the other guys seemed like
They weren't great people.
No, they weren't great either, but I just feel like that Breslin had more depth to his character.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you get to do, you know, when you get a little more money and you get more attention to a property, you get more people on board, maybe more talented writers come on board.
Thanks to the first season.
Yes, thanks to the first
Well, it makes
season.
it better.
Yes.
That makes it better.
And I love Amarillo.
That's yellow.
Amado. Yes. I thought he was the one I thought I liked Felix, you know? I rooted for him, but then, you know, near the end, like, no, this guy's a piece of garbage. I can't root for him.
I still rooted for him the whole way through.
Of course you did.
What did he do wrong?
But Amado, I really did like more. Like, I'd like this guy. This is a good guy.
Boy, are you?
This is a good drug trafficker. He's got his stuff together. He just wants to run his business. He doesn't want to be too greedy.
Yeah.
You know, he just wants to run the business the way it should be run.
Not hurt anybody.
No, he doesn't need to hurt. He only hurt people when they came after him.
Right.
Yeah, except for those 6 or 7 times. He's another. That's a really good actor too. Jose Maria Yaspic. I'm probably not saying that right.
No.
Jose Maria Yaspic. I didn't say it any differently.
Say it faster, it'll be better.
Jose Maria Yaspic.
That's it.
That's it. That's got to be it.
That's good.
Yeah, great actor. Unfortunately, he ended up in Madam Web later on. Poor guy. So yeah, but you buried the headline though when you told me to watch that. You could have said like, watch it. It's great, but it gets even better when it gets to Mexico, and you failed to do that.
There's always something.
You failed to do that, and I am now enlightening you that Mexico was better.
You're not enlightening
Colombia.
It's your opinion still.
No. But not opinion. No.
I disagree with you.
You're misunderstanding. You're misunderstanding.
No, I think I understand.
Mexico was better than Colombia.
No, you're misunderstanding the point that you're a crazy person.
Potato cocaina. Okay, whatever. You need to understand that Mexico was the superior Narcos.
But it wasn't.
You need to understand that Mexico was the superior Narcos. Why would you try to say it isn't? It's like you're trying to gaslight me again.
We have to work on your fact versus opinion understanding.
There's no difference when I think something is higher quality.
In your opinion and a fact?
Why don't you go back and watch it again? You like to rewatch things.
I hate to rewatch things.
You love rewatching things. It's your favorite thing ever.
It's like you've never met me before.